Hi everybody, it's Christy. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you guys. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, my days are thrown off from this trip. It doesn't feel like Tuesday today because I just went back to work today. I didn't work yesterday because we got home very late on Tuesday or on Monday, and then we used the rest of Monday to kind of catch up on laundry and take care of the house and everything else. So welcome. You are on my replay, and if you're watching this part, and I just wanted to pop on. It is Journal Time Tuesday. We are going to do a little bit of journaling. I'm going to show you a couple things that I've done with my Sisterhood Travel Journal, and I'm going to just kind of go over some stuff that I got from my trip, because a lot of the stuff I got from my trip, I did it specifically for the journaling part. So let's just get right into it. Don't need that. So hello, Daphne. How are you? So I had a blast on my little vacation for my birthday. I thank you guys again for all of the beautiful, wonderful birthday wishes. It really made me happy. Hi, Daphne. How are you? So I just wanted to thank you again. So on Thursday, we stopped, and thank you, Lucy. We stopped and I saw my son and his girlfriend, and they had brought me gifts, which I didn't even expect, but of course I'm grateful. But I was so wowed by what they got me. And I just love Miss Liz. I just love little Miss Liz. Like, my son's girlfriend is so sweet. Hi, Gwen. How are you? So let's just show you. Let's just show you the goods. So this is probably my favorite, because I wasn't going to jump on this bandwagon. I already showed you guys a picture. But you guys, I got a little boo-boo. She's so cute. I did name her Georgia because I felt like it was super appropriate to give her the name Georgia, because it was right before we went on our Georgia trip. And I've driven through Georgia before, but I think I stayed for a wedding, but I never really went to Georgia on a trip for me. So I was appropriately naming her. So again, my son helped pick out the colors, which she is a really pretty green. I actually, if I wanted to get one, I would have got a green. I just think they're really cute. These are very trendy right now. If you've never seen them before, I'm sure you have. People have mixed feelings around them. I'm not even saying that this is an authentic one, but it doesn't matter to me because it means so much. And then she's got little boots, little shoes on. And then they also got me a little outfit to go with her. So I thought that was so sweet. Hi, Peggy. So, Liz knows that, I do crafting and everything else. And she actually made me the cutest card, Made with Love by Liz. And it says, Happy Birthday 2025. And I'm going to zoom in on it. And you guys have to tell me. Look at the detail. It says Craftbox Christy. There's balloons. And it has it's my birthday. And if you look on the table, there's a McDonald's sticker with little books and stuff. Green is your favorite color, Daphne? I love that green. It's a pretty pastel green. It's so sweet. And it'll work for Christmas and Easter. That's what I love about it. And fall. This green can be any of the holidays. So anyway, I absolutely love this card. It is so sweet. So it's going up here along with my other birthday ATC from Sue. So, and that's not the only card I got. When we came home, my daughter actually surprised me, and she also made me a card. So this was her first ATC card. And it's a little strawberry shortcake. She's like, I'm sorry, Mom, I got in your craft room. And I was like, that's fine. That's what it's there for. But it said, she found my stamp that says, this better not go in the trash. Happy birthday, KK. And she signed it on the back. So I know you can't see it. But anyway, that was her first attempt at an ATC card. I love it. And of course, she gave me another card with stuff inside. Okay. So I'm going to put that one over here. I have a lot to show you guys. So I'm so parched too. I should have grabbed a drink. Okay, So I also got a wonderful, beautiful card that made me cry from the kids. Hi, Sue. You must have heard your ears ringing, girl. I just said I'm gonna put my card up. You gotta see what my daughter did, and this is my bonus daughter, my son's girlfriend. Oh no, she's fallen off. That's okay. She made this Craftbox Christie ATC card. Isn't that cute? And then this is the one my daughter made, but she just fell off, so I have to put her back on. Hold on, we're gonna put her back on real quick, because otherwise I'll lose her. Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't know what's up with my glue. Oh, probably because it's ending. That's okay. I'll do it later. I guess I'll have to do it later. Okay, she used hot glue, I think. So anyway, I'm gonna put this one back up here next to yours, Sue. So then they bought me the special edition with the sprayed. I have to show you like the side of this book. Hi, Kendra. Look at that. It's got a little kitty on it. Isn't it so cute? But I've been starting to read these series. Very good series if you're a book reader. If you have already read this, no spoilers, but tell me how you liked it. I'm very excited. I actually was eyeing this book and I wanted to get it last year sometime, and I just didn't, but my kids got it for me. So now it means even more. And by the way, this edition would look adorable on any type of like fall decoration that you have. You can decorate it with it afterwards because it's definitely worthy. Okay, so that's that one. That was Friday, and that was Thursday night, and then we left on Friday, and we got some food and got settled into our hotel. It was a long ride, but you guys know I had to stop at the Welcome Center, and I told my husband I need to go get some brochures, and he was like, okay, like he knows. So you guys, this is my journal time, which we're just incorporating into the trip because it kind of works. So I stopped at the Welcome Center. I did get a pressed penny. This is the one I chose. It's got the peach and Georgia on it. And if you are from Georgia, tell me where you're from and tell me hi, because we went all through there. And I found Jesus. So I found Jesus on top of the pressed pennies. So they're going together, okay? So I did pick this up because it's got pictures and of maps and stuff. So this is definitely something you're not going to use everything in here, obviously. But like pictures of parks or the parks that you go to and visit, it's really important. It's really good. Hey, Dory! This one I basically got because it's the Antique Trail. So I can probably point out the 2 antique stores that I went to on here. They were in Daru. I'm not really sure. I have to actually look at it. But this and some of the other states might have these. You lived in Augusta, Georgia growing up? Oh, Augusta's pretty. Hi, Beverly. Welcome on in. So you guys, I always get these types of brochures because you never know what you'll find in here to use as ephemera. So I got a bunch of maps, and of course I visited Babyland. So I did get a couple of those to show. And then I got this one. It was really cool with the car. You don't necessarily need to use everything, like I said, but you don't need to actually use everything for that trip too. Like if you just want some fall background, there's a perfect fall background. Camping, whatever. So this is what I found, and there were so many in the Welcome Center. I could not take them all. It would have loaded up my car. So those are the ones that I got from the side, from the Welcome Center. I will put them in my ephemera bin. So now we're going to get into the good stuff. So Saturday, of course, like every year, I woke up and it's raining. And we had planned to do the Center for Puppetry and Arts. It's in downtown Atlanta, near downtown Atlanta. And I was so ecstatic because you guys know me. I'm a huge Muppet, Disney, Kermit, Fraggle, crazy fan. So I had to visit because they have actual puppets that were used in the show and everything when I was growing up. So I will say I got teary-eyed because I'm just emotional when it comes to this stuff. So I got some goodies from there. Obviously, brochures. Obviously. And I actually have some stuff that they knew it was my birthday that day because my husband said something. And the girl gave me like collector cards from the actual museum. Like she gave me a couple of them because I told her I told her after she gave them to me is when I told her I junk journal. So she was super sweet and she just gave me these little like puppetry like collector cards. Yes, and the Grinch. Yes, you love Stitch too. Yes, my mom is the big Grinch fan, Daphne. Oh my gosh. So obviously I got these little, I saved my receipts because you can definitely work. I saved both my receipts. My husband bought me something, but then I bought myself something. So this is just kind of like the season and what's there and all of the different, they have specialty exhibits. The one that was actually on was Muppets. It was a specialty, so it's only going to be there for a short time. So I actually got double my Muppets, which I couldn't ask for anything better than that. So obviously, I get two so I can have a front and a back. I did get some this was a vintage postcard. Now, this place isn't just about specific Muppets. It's all about puppetry. So there's places from all over the world that show you like their specifics on how they do their puppetry and things like that. So this one is Interactive Museum. It's the Osam or Amusum from Awaji, Japan. So these puppets, I kind of like was so intrigued, which is why I got this specific postcard, because there's 3 people that need to actually do the puppetry on this one character. And usually there's 2 or 3 characters in a scene. So that's a lot of men working, or women, to get that going. So I love that. This was like a supportive postcard. And you guys know my favorite's Fraggle Rock. And since it's Fraggle Rock this week, I'm going to do something, I think, fun with this. But anyway, I did get myself, don't look at the price. I don't care about the price. I did get myself a red pin because red is my spirit animal. Of course, I had to get a vinyl sticker of red. I know it's pricey, you guys, but I can't find this stuff anywhere else. I did get 2 magnets. It says, be kind, be honest, be brave, be silly, be you. With all of the Fraggles on there. And then this one is Gobo Red, Moki, Wembley, Booper. Which, I wish they would have designed that better. And they would have done it like the original. Because they all say them at like the beginning of like the theme song. I don't know. That's where my brain goes. I got a little button. And I know you guys know all about this book. You turned another page. This is from the little Sesame Street book that's the monster at the end of this book. Do you guys remember this, or do you remember reading this to your family or friends? Listen, I had to get this because this was my favorite. I think it was a golden book when I was little. It's my favorite Sesame Street book with Grover. And then this actually went straight back. The proceeds for these, I support Center for Puppetry Arts, and it's Kermit. So, why are you guys so dark? I can barely see. I don't know what's going on. But what my husband bought for me, this is the big one, was, it's still sealed. I haven't even looked at it, you guys. It is the Fraggle Rock Ultimate Visual History. And this was my like big present because it was kind of pricey. Hi, Bex. How are you? But you guys, they have everything and everything in here, original drawings, and they even have scripts like from their original TV series from back in the 80s and 90s. So that was my like big gift. So that was from Saturday. And then, well, that was from partially Saturday. So we were going to do Stone Mountain. And then we're going to do Babyland the other day because that was about an hour away from where we were. But because it was raining, we didn't want to go up on the mountain and do all of that when it's raining out. Because who wants to climb a mountain when it's raining? So we decided to go to Babyland. and I will show you what I got from there. And it's all to do with junk journaling, because I know it's like, when are you going to get to the journaling part? We'll get to it, I promise. So this is a little, I wore it. This is the little nurse hat that they give. They don't give these away anymore. They're $1. But I was glad to pay $1. And it has like the address on the back. Okay. The museum was really cool. I got to actually witness where they do like the baby out of the Cabbage Patch, like when it's being born. And the audience actually helps name the babies, which I think is really cool. I did not get one of those dolls though. They were very overpriced, and I don't even have a grandbaby yet, or babies anymore. So I didn't justify buying a big baby, but I did get a baby. These are brochures. So this is my little cabbage. She's really cute. She does say Babyland, Cleveland, Georgia, which is where we went. So I did get a little memento from the actual shop. So that's what makes her not homemade or not store-bought, because she has this shirt on. So I wanted to get something a little authentic. And this was like, this little girl just reminds me of my daughter. So that's why I got her this way. But I think she's super cute. She's very little, but I think it was perfect. It was perfect. But what's even more perfect is what I found in the gift shop. So I found a happy birthday banner, and it was only $2.15, which is absolutely unheard of. But the banner itself has different Cabbage Patches on them. So this can be used for junk journaling. I know, isn't she cute? I didn't want to go crazy with the napkins. Now I wish I would have. But I got this cute Cabbage Patch napkin set. I don't know how many's in here. There's only 16. But look at that with the little dog. And this was only $1.60. You can't even buy napkins like that at the store. I couldn't believe how crazy priced it was. I did get a Babyland keychain because we will make a charm. And this is what we'll make the charm out of. Unless I find some of my old cabbages, which I think I have one somewhere. I'm not sure what they called this, but she was really cheap. I mean, she looks a little cheap, but she's a little cabbage. It looks like a little charm. Hi, Marlene. And then I got some party invitations because it looks like the cabbages are having a little slumber party. I'm showing my goodies off that have to do with journaling. Most of it has to do with journaling. And then I got some stickers and a treat bag. So I got the treat bags. These are going to be special for like people that order and stuff. They get the special bags. I did get 2 of these. They were only $1. I don't know why I didn't get more. Like, I'm having regrets. Why don't we go back to Georgia? But these stickers are so cute, and they were only $1 too, or maybe they were 2. No, I think they were $1. But I got each one. I got one of each kind. So we got this one, we got this one. And then these ones are like wintry and Christmas. So these were so cheap at the gift shop. I mean, I don't know why I didn't get more, you guys. We always have that regret. We always have that regret. But I did not want to get too crazy. You know, not everybody loves the cabbage, but I think she's super cute and adorable. Yes, Marlene. How is your Marlene? Or everybody, Marlene got her cast off. She's now on a splint, right? You have a splint now, right? Okay, that was Saturday. That was the end of Saturday, and we went out to dinner. Oh, Buc-ee's. I got to show you Buc-ee's. Okay. So I kind of showed you what I got at Buc-ee's already, but just to recap, because we are talking about journaling, I got the Buc-ee's coloring book. It did get a little kind of messed up, but it's okay. And then I got the Halloween one. So you can journal with those. You can make ETC cards. Coral's hat fell off. I did get these because you can use the little cupcake things. These were $4. You can use the little cupcake things in your journals. So every time you stop, I have to catch the rest on replay. Okay, Lucy. every time you stop at a Buc-ee's, you can use one of these in your journal. It's really cute. And then I did get some spices. I have to return those to the kitchen. I did get a prize for the giveaway, but I think I'm going to leave it as a surprise. I did get playing cards to share with my ATC group. I did get a magnet. This is the Warner Robins one, is where we stopped. Oh. Got a magnet. And I got a coaster, because I don't have a coaster in here, and I feel like I need one. And then last but not least, you guys know me and my weenies. I gotta hang this up, but look! It says Halloweeny. It's so cute. No tricks, just treats. I had to get this. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? I'm showing some of my stuff for journaling that I got on my vacay. So, yay for that. All right, so that's that. All right, so brochures, things where you know, a lot of souvenir places or big attractions, they'll have playing cards. So that's a good way to kind of get started just with like little items like that. Some places have more items for like journaling. This, I did get my husband and I got him a shirt and I got me a sweatshirt of Stone Mountain. So this was Sunday, right? Yeah, this was Sunday. We went because it was more daylight, and I actually went up on the mountain by myself because we had to have the dogs because we had to check out a hotel. This is my daughter's sticker. I'm going to give it to her tonight. It's a dumpster fire. She'll get the joke. I got a magnet, of course. So I have to hang my magnets on my fridge. And then, you guys, I don't know if I've ever showed this before. Hi, Buc-ee's. Yes, I love Buc-ee's. But whenever we had a road trip, we take our cooler, and every time we go on a road trip, we get a couple of stickers where we were, and we put them on the cooler. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't know if people do that or not. It's kind of like a yearbook type thing. I don't know. It's just memory making. So I got these for the cooler. I love the van. And then this one just says just peachy because we were in Georgia. So that worked. And then I got some postcards. I did promise some postcards to some people. So I'll show you. This one is really cool. This one was very overpriced. But it's like, when am I going to do this again? So you see how it changes? It's one of those, what do they call these things? We do that 2 stickers on the cooler. Yes, you do. See, I knew I wasn't the only one. But then I had to try to act like it was my own idea, but it just came to me. Like, I didn't see anybody else do that before, but I know people gotta remember to do that. So I don't know how this is, but it changes like that. So, and I did get some of these because these are like a little bit more modern for the journals. And then I got a couple of these. I think these were like $1.29 each. It's so crazy. Lenticular, is that prism? Lenticular. It could be either, or it could be both. I don't even know if my Alexa's in here. But anyway, that's the cable car I rode up on the mountain. And this is the night show. So we were going to do it on Saturday, and then we were going to take the dogs back to the hotel and go back because we were only about 20 minutes away. And see the light show, but it was raining, and I honestly don't even know if they would have done the light show, and we had to start driving back, so we didn't get to see the light show, but it's something to look forward to. But apparently they do fireworks and all kinds of things like that. So those were the postcards I got, and that's it on that one. So as you guys can see, I did have fun, and I grabbed brochures, and I just had a lot of fun collecting this stuff to see what I'm going to use for my spreads. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is my other stuff I got for journaling. Because I had journaling on my mind. Love to pick up postcards on trips too. Yes. Because we're going to do that. Okay, so this was the very first antique place I went. It was called Decanter Estate Vintage Market. So I walked in there, my poor husband, he took a nap in the car. This was the vintage market. So I did find a vintage postcard. And this was looking south of Peachtree at Ellis, Atlanta, Georgia. So there is a Georgia vintage card. Hello, Kimmy. How are you? I did pick up a Benji Golden book. It was $3. It's in pretty bad shape, but I really want to kind of bring it more to life. I'm pretty sure I had this when I was a kid. I remember having this as a kid. It's in not great shape, but I paid $3, so I can't really complain. But I kind of want to turn this into a journal specifically for the dogs. I don't know. And then do you guys remember the little elf books? This one is being held together by some very vintage tape. But she was $3. And I want to try to, because it is falling apart, I'm going to try to rebind this and turn it. I think I'm just going to keep it just the way it is. Oh, there it goes. But it says Kissy Lum. I don't know. This is 1856 is when this company, I don't know if that's when this came out. But look at the artwork in here. I'm definitely going to redo this and turn it into a journal. Maybe put pictures of like my grandparents or something when they were younger. You guys, I was in the baton. She's in the baton. And I think that's another reason why I was just like I wanted this book so bad, because it's like, she's got a baton. And I used to do baton. I was like in the parades and stuff. So I did. Thank you, Kimmy. I did. We had a great time. And then the other thing was this very old Walt Disney magazine. It's Scamp, which is from Lady and the Tramp. This is so vintage. Look at 15 cents. Oh, don't we wish we could spend money on that? 15 cents. Hush Puppies and like the old style. Oh my gosh, there was even advertisements in old comic books. Military emblem rings. That's so crazy. Why would they put that in a kid's? I guess that's what they had back. Posters, patches. They had all kinds of advertisements up in here. Oh my gosh, look at this. Amazing $2.98 children's circus. Giant 50-piece 3-ring circus. Remarkable new toy offer, $2.98. Somebody should write them and try to order one and see what happens. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I didn't realize there were this many. And Playboy Buddy, really? I don't know, guys. That's nuts. I didn't look at this yet. I just knew I wanted it because it was for Lady and the Tramp. But anyways, it was in a plastic sleeve, and this one was only $5. So I just got little tidbits here and there of like, you know, stuff to make journal with from the trip. So that was my whole concern. My whole, like, goal in this all. So, okay. The one last thing I have to show you. You guys are going to probably... I'm going to ask you when's the last time you saw one of these in real life. Mom, you don't count because you have a storage full. Okay, you guys, I want you to tell me the last time you saw these things. I only got 2 things. This was called the Mother Load. It was an antique store, and that's what it was called, the Mother Load. And yes, I'm keeping and journaling with the bag. So I got movie trading cards. These are going to be freebies for people that make orders because they're not cheap. There's 10 in here, and it was $3.50. Bingo, the movie Bingo. I don't even remember when that came out. I thought my Alexa was in here, but it's not. And then, do you guys remember Viewmaster? This is still in the package. And it's Heidi. And it was $7.50. I don't know how many are in here. It says 3-pack, but I'd want to say that there's more than that in here. It says 21 stereo pictures. I don't know, but you guys can journal with these. The fun part about these, and we'll do one day in my journal. Look at it's still in the case. That's crazy to me. Okay, let me put that one back down. I don't know if it's got a year on it. 1958. 1958. Oh, it's got a little book. So fun fact, I had the Heidi cartoon version. I think it was from I don't know, when I was in the 80s. And I actually had the soundtrack on a record, and I listened to it all the time. Okay. So if you ever see these in estate sales, even if they're not in the package like this, these are really cute to add to junk journals. And we did get a template. I did get a template recently at the Stamp Fest, and still in the bag before me. My mom says before me. So you can make your own. They do have these available. This is Sizzix. But it's fun to have them like that. Like you can see the different pictures. But I guess it is a 3-pack in here. That's all it's showing. And then they have, oh look, they have the advertisements of the other ones that you can order. Oh, there's so many Disney ones. Look at Viewmaster. I want to say I recently saw a Viewmaster in a store, but I can't remember. But this for me was like fun to find, and it's not something I would continue to buy, but I'm excited about it. Okay, what time is it? It's 8:30. All right, so we're going to do a little, I'm going to show you what I have done so far, and we're going to do a little spread on some of the stuff, because I did take, one thing that I'm going to suggest that worked for me, I'm going to show you my bag, is I did take like a little Post-it note like this, and I wrote my stuff down at the end of the day. You have the Niagara Falls one? I want to say I remember that, Mom. At the end of the day, you can write down what you did and your favorite memories, because we're all, I don't know about you, but I just got a year older and I'm not remembering stuff like I used to. So I definitely wrote just a little, even if you want to just keep that into the journal or rewrite it in a better handwriting or on a better piece of paper, it's really up to you. But I found that that worked for me very well. So, and these, going in there, I took a ton of pictures. So, all right. So I'm going to show you something. This is my traveling junk journal, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Junk Journal. I promise I'll get it out. So she has it wrapped up. It says favorite things. This is another girl's, and we're doing spreads inside. So I'm going to show you the spreads real quick. I did tie it up nice for her. So, all right. So she has some instructions on what she wanted, like in her journal. So I tried to go off of that. And I think I did a little video on this, but I'm going to show you what I did. So we were allowed to do 4 pages. So this is me, and then hubby and me. And then I put a little tuck in here, and then I wrote some stuff about me on there. We're not going to read it all, of course. So that was my first page. And this is my middle page. So I wrote about the animals, my pets. I put my kitty on there. This was a thing about coffee and thrifting. I like to shop and craft. I love giving happy mail and receiving. And I love chocolate. And there's a Dove chocolate there. And then if you see, you guys may remember this little tag, this little piece of ephemera. We did a little pocket of biscuits. So I put that in there. And then there's a picture of the dogs. And I put a little pulley on it so that you know to pull it out. And then this one is those little paper bags from Dollar Tree. So what I did was I put like a few cards. What I did was I just kind of wrote on my line paper, and then I glued it on the back of cardstock. And then I just kind of put some washi tape on it so it would look different. So I put this in here because this kind of folds, and that's a pocket. And then you can pull this down and there's more stuff like about sea animals, favorite characters, Disney princess, my favorite band ever, the Monkees. And then I have my little ribbon here that's music because I love music. Of course, I had to do a flamingo, and then I love the beach and travel, and I just kind of did a spread that way. I love dark chocolate too. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so that was my second and third spread. And then the fourth spread, she wanted us to do something all in our favorite color. So, of course, I did purple. And then this was the page I came up with. So I found this paper at bottom of the bin. It says Virgo on it, which is kind of perfect. And then I just found like a purple pumpkin, purple paw print. These are in the purple family, my Care Bears, my bottled water. And here I have some tags with some flowers and some sayings. And Dino, because he's purple too. And then I just use purple washi tape. And then I just kind of added a tad of orange just to make it pop. Because purple and orange are like opposite colors on the color wheel. They look good with the color wheel. So that is my, and this is what she did for the traveling journal. You don't have to get fancy. This is just a composition book. So perfect for that. All right. So let me show you my stuff. You guys, this was my bag that I took. It's very fancy. I did have my cabbage on here, my cabbage charm. So let me show you what I did. I have my journal here. Oh, apparently I had a sticker on there too. So there's my charm hanging out. So there's my journal so far. Now, what I packed. This is other stuff that I got. Like this, these are coasters and the receipt from like our dinner. And yes, you guys, I took some of the paper. I took some of the paper tablecloth because look, that's really cool. And it goes really well with the restaurant stuff. So that was my birthday dinner. By the way, I tried bison for the first time. It was so good. I normally don't do bison, but it was so good. Here's more stuff that I'm going to probably be using, more ephemera. I put that in my bag too. So what I packed on this trip, because I did do a little journaling in the hotel. So I packed kind of my lined paper. This is just stickers, but I packed like little things of paper so I can jot them down. I packed some stickers. I packed some like paper that, you know, may go with things. Some of this that you see in like the little, these are like in the little packs. Sometimes they have like the special packs that you get at Michael's. They have like these little note cards in them that you can cut them out of your big space. And honestly, you guys, just like scraps and some stickers are all that's really in here. I will show you this though. These are the tickets for the Master of Puppetry. And then these are the collector's cards that they gave me. So, let me show you. I was so just honored. So she gave me one at each one that they had. So this is the Pinocchio. And if you guys haven't seen this Pinocchio, it's a little bit darker Pinocchio. I wouldn't recommend it for younger kids. But it is good and it's on Netflix. It's a Guillermo del Toro's version if you've not seen it before. And then of course I got Kermit the Frog. And this is actually from, you know, their facility. Big Bird was huge, by the way, you guys. Like, huge. Carol Spiney, he had to have a good spine because I'm telling you, he was in that suit and doing this the whole time. Like, it had to be one of the hardest. How many little flamingos did you leave around? Of course you had to answer that question. 4. Yeah, I only made it to 4. I was so intrigued by everything and it wasn't clicking in my head. I left one on top of Stone Mountain. I left 2 in the gift shop and I left the 3rd one at the, well, actually 5. 1 at the hotel and 1 at the little restaurant. So, and then there's those other, that's the same like little puppets from Japan that I loved. So these were very, very meaningful. So I probably will not glue these in. I'm just going to put these in a pocket so I have the originals. And of course, you know, my husband gave me his tickets, so I have those. So we're definitely going to do that. I forgot that was from my in-laws. Okay, so the other thing I bring on my trip, and then we're gonna get started, is this little bag, which of course I had to be fancy with it. I have my pen from Marsha. I have glue. This is from the hotel. This is from Buc-ee's. I already grabbed one out of there. I do have some pens in here, a clip, my little rubby thingy from, you guys, my little scraper from Sue is in this one. And I just have some washi tape. These are like little embellishments because I was kind of going for like a summer vibe because it's still summertime. My scissors and my tape, and yes, I brought one thing of Tim Holtz with that so that I could at least get a little fancy with it. So now I'm going to move that aside. I think I'm going to do, now here's one thing I want to just suggest, and this is only a suggestion. If you are the type of person that jumps around like me with things to things to things to things, it is okay if you do that. You don't have to put everything in chronological order. As long as, I mean, you don't even have to put the date on it if you don't want. But if you put the date, that doesn't mean you have to start in January and go to December. You can flip around. Like, as of right now, I don't even have my whole thing for June. I have a little menu here from when my mom and I went to Stamp Fest. I just went to Walgreens and had our stuff and had some stuff printed off, like pictures. So I left a space in there. If you want to leave a couple spaces in between pages, that's fine. You can definitely do that. This is what I'm talking about. You see all my sticky notes? So I didn't forget. I also kept my receipt from, well, this one is Buc-ee's, but I kept my receipt from this little bakery. We had gotten dessert. We had gotten a flan, and it was like amazing. And my family is from Spain, so it's really hard to find really good flan. And the funniest part of this was, and I showed my mom the picture, the name of the actual bakery was Escalante Bakery. And Escalante was my great-grandmother's last name from Spain. So it couldn't have been any more perfect, and I was excited. So I was like, hey, that works for me. So I'm going to leave my Post-it notes in there because I'm going to write something on a smaller piece of paper later in better handwriting. I did keep my Buc-ee's receipt, though. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little Buc-ee thing on here and probably a little roadmap. So that is what I'm going to start with. Now, this just is talking about like the birthday trip. I did use the wrapping paper that my daughter, that my bonus daughter gave me when she gave me her little like card. So I'm going to kind of stick this under here because I could always hide that later. So, and then what I'm going to show you is you guys can just kind of pull that off and there's your Buc-ee's. So we're going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to find a map. If I can find all this stuff I just put away. One of these have like a map on there of Georgia, and we're going to cut that out. What did your husband think of the spider I made you? I showed him and he goes, wow, that was hard work. Like, he recognizes art and he recognizes all that stuff. Hi, Tina. How are you, Tina Johnson? How are you? Okay. We don't need necessarily gonna keep, get the whole map in there, but as long as I get some of it in there, that's what I'm trying to do. So, you guys, tell me how your weekend was. Now that I've recapped everything and I'm dying over here, dying of thirst. I think I'm gonna cut out the word Georgia too. And then the word adventure. So you guys can use the simplest things for this kind of thing. I'm just saying. Why did I cut that off that way? Oh well, it's fine. I cut it off. I cut part of the G off. Okay. So I'm going to come in here. I already kind of glued some of this down, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of trim this because you're going to just see most of this in here. But you're going to know it's Georgia because of the way it looks. So we're going to glue that down. I think I'm going to bring it this way. So, and you guys can take your time with all that. You can, you know, just do whatever you want. So when you're working with very flimsy things, just be very careful when you're using that glue. Because if you're using a glue that sticks, like my favorite glue here, I find with little pieces of paper and magazines, it likes to kind of, if you go too fast, it kind of rips. So just be careful with that part. And you know, you don't have to be perfect at all of this. It's just for your memories. You do it how you want it. You can always go back in and trim it, you know, put some trim or put stickers on something that you don't like or whatever. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm just going to glue down Bucky. Okay, so we'll let Bucky's a little bit harder because he's got a toothpick in there, but that's all right. All right, now you could even cut a little smaller one out. See how I have all of those things? All right, so what else happened on the trip? Well, we went to Escalante's that night for dinner, so I have to find my receipt, and I'm not going to look at for all of them, but I would put my receipt like here as well, and then I would talk about like, you know, how it was. I think I am going to put, now another thing is a lot of the hotels give you these little sleeves. I'm going to use it as a pocket so I can put something in here. So let me, as we checked in that night, you guys, our hotel was nice. They allowed the dogs and they didn't overcharge for having dogs. Almost every place I like contacted about the dogs and the dog fee, they wanted like $200 a night. And it was under $200 for the 2 nights that we stayed at our hotel with the dogs. Like, that was absurd. I saved so much money just by choosing a smaller little hotel that's not a big, you know, name brand venue. And we had no issues. Okay. So I'm going to cut out my word adventure. And if I seem like I'm rushing, I'm not trying to, but I do want to see my husband off to work because he's be going to work tonight. All right, so we're going to do adventure up there because with me, every road trip is an adventure. At least that's what it feels like. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, it's your junk. And you could even take, like, look, I'm going to do this. You can even take, like, a pressed penny, and you can stick it down in your envelope. And now you always have that in there. So your spider was gorgeous. Yes, it was. I have it right over here in the box still. I have to put my tree up and stuff. You guys are getting motivated to get that stuff going. All right, so I'm going to put my little brick lodge thing down here. All right, now I do have my little Bucky's thing up there. If you guys ever want to even take some of your old ephemera and incorporate it with the new, you can. You don't have to necessarily get everything in the same trip. Like, or if somebody that you know, lives in a certain area, or you get a postcard, and you want to have something themed, you could always do that. It really is up to you. What's your stuff? There's no right or wrong way to do this stuff. So, all right, so I'm going to put that down here. I also wanted to talk to you guys about clips. And next week, we are doing our Journal Time Tuesday. We're doing tag flips. So we're doing tag books. So work on some tags if you guys want. Guys, I got everything everywhere right now. All right. Let me see if I can find my little... Oh, you guys, we found this cute little restaurant too. It's called The Local Peach. We got to bring our dogs, you know, on there. I don't think I have a receipt. No, I didn't have the receipt from that, but I have the receipt from dinner. We got to bring our dogs on like this little patio, and we had breakfast. They had really good French toast. And look, I'm so mad I only got one nap of Stone Mountain. Like, that's it. I was so mad I didn't buy more. But it's okay. It's okay. We don't need to keep everything. And even if you do, like, collect everything, don't feel obligated to, like, use it all. Just use what you want. Use whatever your vibe is. And it'll be fine. All right, so I'm just going to tuck this one in here. Obviously, this was like we shared a Cuban at this really good place called Tortugas. Tortugas Cuban Grill. Because we were like, we weren't really hungry, but we wanted to eat something. So, this is in Peachtree Corners, which that was a cute little place. So... All right, and now I think I'm just going to use one of those pictures of the peaches that I had. There you go. This one right here. And I'm going to put that because we did get Georgia peaches while we were there. Are you all still filming with me? I didn't bore you yet, did I? I figured this would be a good way to show you how to do a spread and how to just do not overthink it. I think a lot of us overthink things, and you know, life is too short for that. That's what I say. There we go. And I'm happy with my spread because I got my memories on there. I've got, you know, the little things. And you guys can, you know, think about anything like paper or like paper or like the penny. The penny's going to be in here now. I really enjoyed my trip, you guys. It was awesome. Let me put this at an angle. I like angles. And then you can get a little fancy and put a little something on there. Like, I'm going to put a little bit of washi tape. Actually, I think I'm going to use this orange one because it works better with the peaches. And that also kind of keeps it down. So it's, sometimes it takes you, you know, you could work on this as much or as little as you want. It doesn't necessarily take a long time if you do something simple like this. I mean, we did that in what, 20 minutes? But still, it'll hold your memories. Okay. So I'm going to work on some of my spreads and show them to you guys. I think I'm going to do my birthday dinner. See, I'm going to do out of order because I think I'm going to do Babyland and the museum on the 2 spread pages, even though they were the same day. But I'm going to do them out of order because I feel like they're going to look better together, like as a full spread. So that's what I'm probably going to do. But I will show you guys the other stuff I got that I did on this particular page. So you guys know I got these little napkins. I got these stickers from somebody. And of course, this was all about Happy Meals and stuff. Sorry, I'm talking behind my book. This was all about Happy Meals and McDonald's, all the runs and things. My mom got me that blanket. This little Halloween blanket for my birthday. It was a present. And I put on there, present from my mom. I put that one on there, and I couldn't believe she found it, so I wrote that on there. This is the tag to the other little ghost thing that she gave me, and I just kind of hung it in there. And my son's birthday, they went to Universal. So I collected, I'm probably going to re-gift the ticket because I'm going to make them a journal. But I got this Universal ticket. And then there's the Halloween Care Bear. That was from the tag. So a lot of things that you purchase that's special, you can keep the tags on. And I just used like scrapbook paper. Oh, this is where we went for my son's birthday dinner too. Went to the place. And then my husband took me to Cody's a couple weeks ago, and this was on their table, so I took part of their tablecloth. You know, it's those paper ones, and then I wrote, you know, that we went out and had a nice dinner. So yeah, that's been, I feel very blessed. This was to do with like my bracelet. I actually found the manatee one. I think I told you guys that I got Carl for a shark bracelet, but I found my manatee one and my stuff from like getting ready for the birthday trip this year. So I stuck that in there since this is like the follow page or whatever. So it doesn't always have to be the same date either. As long as, you know, it's just there for you. And they're fun to keep. That's all I have for you today. That's really all I have for you today. I wanted to catch up, share with you guys some ideas on what I picked up or what you can pick up. And if you somehow forgot to take a picture of something, there's always Google Images, and nobody is going to care. Nobody is going to go back in that journal and be like, well, this isn't your original picture. This is from Google. You know, who's going to do that to you? Just remember to have fun with it. That is the #1 rule, is to have fun. Make it simple. Don't overthink it, and don't make it complicated. And you're set. You're set. I promise. And then have fun with stickers. Have fun with stickers. There was no Bucky out, because I was going to ask him for a sticker. But, you know, can't have everything your way. So this is going to be my scrap Stamp Fest page, and I'm going to work on that next because I got some pictures done out over at Walgreens, and I finally got them developed. So I got some of those to do. You can show off your birthday doggy shirt Larry and I got you the other day. Yes, because I know where that is. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if I know where it is. Yeah, I do. Of course you have to do that. All right, this will be the last thing, because my mom wants me to show you guys. I love this though, because I'm a dog person. And I'm a Halloween person, but you guys, it's so cute. Look at all the dogs. Look at them. Aren't they cute? I love them. They're so cute. They got different costumes on. You got Dracula, Ghost, Mummy, and the Witch. And I love this because it's long. Because I feel whenever I put my arms up, y'all can see my tummies. Hi, baby. You want to say bye to everybody? You want to say bye? Oh, Mr. Coda had so much fun, you guys, out in the hills. Some of those pictures that you saw of me and the dogs with the mountains in the back, Babyland is kind of on top of a hill, and it's gorgeous. That is the back, near the employee parking lot. That is their property, and there's no one out there. There's nobody out there. It was perfect. We let the dogs kind of run around because there was nobody there. And it was in the back side of the parking lot. It was so perfect. And the weather was great at that point when we took the pictures. So it was great. So, all right, you guys, that is all for me for tonight. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow because I have a lot of catching up to do. But we have Fraggle Rock ATC card Thursday. And it's week 4. Most of you guys should have gotten your packages. If you haven't, please PM me so I can track them to see about when they're coming and I can update you. Mom, I gotta get yours out tomorrow. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. I'll make a post if I remember. But I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys take some ideas. Go have fun with it. Message me if you have any questions. Bye, guys.